Welcome to Medill Today. I'm Mikayla Denault with Medill News Service.
Intramurals are catching the opportunity to create community at Northwestern. Impact collaborates with medical centers like this one at Northwestern Memorial Hospital. These projects add more community members to these bleachers, brighten up the courts, and add a bounce of art into Berlin. Students learn about sustainability practices in their classrooms and with a touch of a finger. To stay or to go, I'm Mikayla Denault. What SU students are doing with the new vaccination policy. The Berlin basketball art installation will allow community members to shoot hoops with a splash of color.
For Medill Today, I'm Mikayla Denault.
Demonstrators gather here on the Capitol lawn today to protest the Senate parliamentarians' guidance to exclude immigration reform in the reconciliation package. The group involves advocates from United We Dream and CASA, together advocating for issues from the Build Back Better Act.
It's about human life, so it's time to be bold. This administration needs to be bold now.
Yes. Representatives Jamal Bowman, Ayanna Presley, Chuy Garcia, Cori Bush, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez came to support, saying they will not stop fighting for them.
We cannot settle for less. Not now, not ever really, but definitely not now.
The protesters' rapid response event calling for issues to be included into the bill, climate change and pathways to citizenship for undocumented immigrants. One activist says the government waited too long.
We are now actively aware, and we are all very deeply impacted by the consequences of not passing these legislations earlier.
Representative for the 23rd District of New Hampshire, Maria Perez, an immigrant from El Salvador as well, says she's here to represent immigrants and give them opportunity.
It has to happen because all this time during the pandemic, we've been calling all these immigrants essential workers. All these undocumented people, essential workers, why not give them the right to be like all of us?
The House is planning to vote tonight on the bill. Reporting from Capitol Hill, I'm Mikayla Denault, Medill News Service. Students walk in rows to class knowing the ropes, while others need a little guidance before raising their hand. When Sosan arrived in the U.S. from Afghanistan years ago, the adjustment was a challenge. Now, she is helping others with this transition.
Everyone struggled their own way. I struggled and understand how hard it felt.
The Taliban's control over Afghanistan, refugees escape out of the country. For those arriving in the U.S., students resettle in schools, needing support from communities like Fairfax County, Virginia.
Everything's big here, right? Like we have a school of over 2,000 students. And so just understanding the schedule, the routines.
I'm here standing outside of Annandale High, and below me are chalk messages promoting peace. The school opens its doors to welcome Afghan refugees, and one group of student leaders makes sure they know they are not alone. Sosan and other students provide a resource guide slideshow aiming to answer questions.
Until you feel healthy, safe, and secure and grounded, you're not going to be able basically to learn.
Afghan refugees ages 5 to 18 in Virginia this year are being served by a refugee resettlement provider, with 93 in Fairfax County Public Schools. Annandale's refugee program offers language and socio-emotional support, teaching with cultural equity in mind. A food pantry, backpack collection, dictionaries in Farsi, Dari, and Pashto are just a few of these community initiatives.
We want to make it at least one part of their life easier for them.
According to American Enterprise Institute fellow John Bailey, the $6.3 billion short-term spending bill supports refugee housing, processing, and community support services. Education, not so much.
What we need right now is just better coordination to help make sure that schools are just preparing for the students that they're going to receive. And the same thing for institutions of higher education.
Nevertheless, Sosan says a little kindness goes a long way.
They can spread that kindness with others. That, someone helped me, and I will keep that in my heart, and I will always help others too.
Ensuring families and students are not left behind. Reporting from Northern Virginia,
I'm Mikayla Denault, Medill News Service. Students worry about schoolwork and tests, but a new worry fogs the horizon. Climate change, a looming cloud on future generations.
We're running out of time, and the climate crisis keeps getting worse and worse.
Education is one of the largest public sectors in the U.S. on 2 million acres of land, and with about 50 million children, 480,000 school buses, and serving 7 billion meals annually. The impact on the planet adds up.
We've seen just in the past month and a half, schools closed because of smoke, wildfires, flooding, and all of this is disrupting students' learning.
One coalition, the K-12 Action Plan, is working to mitigate climate effects by partnering with schools, advancing environmental equity. Generation 180 also joins this green fight. According to this organization, schools emit carbon dioxide equal to around 18 coal power plants. Program Director Tish Tablan says they help schools reach net zero energy.
In 29 states plus DC, you can go solar with no upfront costs. So the barrier of upfront costs can be removed for many schools around the country.
I'm here standing inside Discovery Elementary School, and when it was first opened, it was one of the largest net zero energy elementary schools in the country. And with Discovery in its name, students learn about sustainability practices in their classrooms, and with a touch of a finger.
The elementary school, divided by different biospheres, puts environmental learning at its core. From interactive boards showing the school's solar impact to habitat study spots, kids feel their own impact, helping with a hydroponic garden in their lunchroom and year-long mastery projects reducing the school's carbon footprint.
The way they get excited about growing lettuce that I swear they won't eat until they're a part of the process, and how proud they are to have taken part in that is just really inspiring.
Students continue their excitement from primary school to high school. In Florida, one group of young adults, the Green Champions, is looking to advocate for their futures. Activists, like these in the educational community, call on policymakers to help schools find their green thumb.
We need to educate, we need to step up, and we need to really ensure that our planet is protected.
Educating for a better and greener tomorrow. Reporting from Arlington, Virginia, I'm Mikayla Denault, Medill News Service.